Hey, by the way, did you get my email about Robin Radzinski?
No.
Do you know about that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. Robin, our old television producer, our executive producer.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend died.
Oh, the guy we knew?
Peter, yeah. He was, relatively young guy in the sense, he was in his 50s, late 50s.
Yeah. In good health.
Really good.
Yeah,
I mean, extra good shape.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah, like
He had just finished building a house and had been skiing.
Oh, that sucks. He's a real nice guy.
Yeah, I spoke with Robin.
Yeah, I haven't spoke to her yet. I, exchanged a couple of emails with her. I want to get a chance to talk to her.
Well, you're busy with your racing.
I'm busy going in and out of town.
Yeah, I heard about you. There was a discussion about you and your racing on the wrap-up show. Did you hear it?
Yes, I just heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, I got to play that for everybody. I wonder if Gary's right. I think he might be.
About what? No, he's not right at all.
Let's see. Well, I'll play it for you. Hold on.
I just heard it.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe he's onto something here.
No, it's just like your chess. Again, you're not ready to play somebody who plays chess all the time, are you?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Oh, all right, here you go.
What do you think of this whole Robin racing thing? I mean, is it going to stick?
Well, clearly not. I already feel the boredom setting in because Robin admitted she's not good at it. So Robin is going to fulfill her commitment to whatever she has to finish, and she's done.
So it's this race, the Bubba race, and no Bubba race.
I don't think there's going to be a Bubba race.
Oh, really? You think she's going to back out of that?
I think she sort of said that today.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's no Bubba race. And Bubba, in the meantime, Bubba gets a hold of me every time he can, like when I was out in Vegas. And he goes, I can't fucking wait to race her. She doesn't know shit about racing. He really feels like... Now I realize that Robin's sort of admitting that she's not in that class.
So do you think that... Here's the question. And be honest with yourself and us.
I'm honest all the time.
I don't know. I think you're honest.
Excuse me.
I think you're honest.
Who's talking about this?
I think you're honest with us. I don't think you're honest with yourself.
I see.
Right.
That makes no sense at all.
Here is my question.
Yes, what is your question?
After you finish your race with Martina Navratilova and all the celebrities, will you go on to study more and race and eventually race Bubba?
Absolutely.
You will.
Absolutely.
You're in it to win it.
Absolutely.
You have fortitude. You're not backing down.
What did I tell you? Yesterday I said, it's the most fun I've ever had sitting up. Why would I stop?
All right, well, there you go. Gary just says he has a theory, and we'll see who's right.
Anytime Bob Levy is agreeing with you, Gary, you should back off your opinion.
Speaking of Bob Levy, I got to say on the wrap-up show, too, him saying the word sphincter or sphinctionary is so funny. It's such a big laugh. And listen to Artie laugh at him, because Artie's vicious with Bob. Like Artie's like, you're retarded.
Yeah,
There's something wrong with you. You love to tell Levy he's dumb.
How do you get by?
When you're on, we've been on the road together quite a bit for the last 5 years, and I don't know, people's positives don't show up on the road as much as their negatives. I just have that relationship now with them where I can just go, dude, you are fucking retarded.
Joe, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. Hey, can we please get Bob to say sphinctionary?
Bob, can you say it?
Sphinctionary.
Swingtionary.
One more time.
Swingtionary.
Sphinctionary.
Swingtionary.
What's that big thing in Egypt? You know, it's looks like a pyramid, but it's got a cat on top of it. You know, the Sphinx. He doesn't know that.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
So Sphinx?
A Sphinx.
Levy, say it again.
What was the word again?
Sphinctionary.
Just say
Swingtionary. That's a big fucking word. There's there's different things going together in it.
You're retarded.
He can't break down words.
Did you hear him spell arena?
No. Hey, guys, pull the clip of him spelling arena. That's a pretty easy word.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Jim. Jim, good morning. We're all over the place, but we have a lot to get to. Jim, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, what's up, motherfucker?
Hey now, brother.
Listen, dude, you're a bad influence, man.
Why?
You got me watching that gay Dancing with the Stars. I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
Well, don't feel bad.
And I'm up till all hours of the night.
Watching those people swish around. That's right.
Don't even feel bad. I was watching Battlestar Galactica while I was watching.
You were devil screening?
Double gay.
I was doubly gay, and my girlfriend was out of town. My fiancée was out of town, so I was laying in bed in the geek heaven.
Good
God, I love.
First of all, now
jerking off again.
No, didn't jerk off last night. Honestly, I would tell you if I did.
But you look at Heather Mills and you say, what was Paul McCartney thinking?
Well, if you want to talk Dancing with the Stars, and remind me to get back to the wrap-up show, because there's one other funny clip I want to play you. But if you want to talk Dancing with the Stars, which is a highly rated show, you know, the show is getting worse and worse in that they're really having a hard time coming up with celebrities. I called Beth last night. I said, if you ever wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars, this was the season to do it because you would win. Everyone's not that good. But
right, even that, I thought that beauty pageant winner would be able to dance. She can't dance.
She can't dance. She has no soul.
Yeah.
So, you know, but Beth, listen, one thing, let me tell you the reason I'm marrying Beth. You're not going to find too many chicks out there who don't have that hunger. Like most chicks like Heather Mills McCartney, I want to be on dance. Anything they offer me, I'll take. That broad I'm engaged to turns down more shit, and I get turned on by it. I mean, I think if she wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars, I don't even think I could marry her. You know what I mean?
I know you. Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
So the fact, and I never said that to her. I mean, the fact that she turns that shit down. She even said to me the other day, she goes, I don't even want to be on The View. I mean, they've asked me, and Barbara Walters, we met her, and she asked me, she goes, what right do I have to be on The View? Who the fuck am I?
That's different than dancing, though. You know.
Right, but she's going to do that because she's justified it by, she said, I have to find a reason. So she's so into this North Shore Animal League. She was down there the other day with the dogs.
Yeah, she just does volunteering down there.
So she said, if I could get one dog adopted, then it's worth being, you know, on that show. By the way, the Artie letters just keep on coming in. Not only is Artie a fat hippo, he's also a fat hypocrite.
That's funny.
I heard him say that anybody who does the Kids' Choice Awards is not rock and roll. Elephants never forget, but you're a sweaty fucking elephant. Is Artie forgetting he was an elf? And really, how rock and roll are you if you go to the Guggenheim with a homosexual Japanese man from Star Trek? I don't fucking agree with Artie anyway. Great comics do shit for kids all the time. Richard Pryor had a children's show called Pryor's Place. George Carlin was on Shining Time Station.
Totally different than doing the Kids' Choice Award.
I agree with Artie on this one. Sorry.
I have to go with Artie.
Yeah. I'm not sure if somebody was willing to pay Captain Fat Ass to do another kids project. He'd run it. He'd ruin it.
Elf, first of all,
he'd run to it like he was made of heroin. Yeah, Elf was a...
he was...
It's a Will Ferrell adult film.
Not like the typical Elf.
I just watched Naked Basketball episode on Howard TV. I was shocked to see how much of a mess Artie is. How can he seriously look in the mirror and think that he's going to get a sitcom looking like that? Besides the fluke of Roseanne Barr, they don't give sitcoms to fat, unattractive, and disgusting people.
Of course they do.
Of course they do every day.
It's the beginning of time.
What's
Jackie
funnier
Gleason.
than that?
Well, yes, literally, since the beginning of time, fat, ugly people have been getting into things.
I guess Carol O'Connor was svelte.
Yeah, right. What was he? Paul Newman?
All right, let's go to... Oh, Ralph wants to say a quick hello. Hello, Ralph.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Hey, what made Robin sucking up so particularly disgusting was two nights before that at dinner, we were talking about for 15, 20 minutes about how Lucas ruined those movies, and Robin was right there agreeing.
I thought you were having that discussion.
No, you were there, and we were laughing at him for that, like, big goiter thing he's got under his neck.
Oh, stop it. I don't do things like that. That is not me.
Robin was even
horrible these people are.
Robin was even saying how funny that manicured weird beard that he's...
That is true, Robin.
You are... I'm going to kill him.
You are right on with your observation.
I'm going to kill him because I didn't do this.
And Robin,
was that beard weird in person, like that manicured beard? Like that, you're right. It's overly manicured,
yeah,
like perfect.
He's trying to create a jawline.
You know, this is getting worse. I'm sorry I brought George home.
I've never seen you like this. She's like, oh, fuck, I don't even know.
Hey, Robin,
but you are right about that.
Oh, I am not right about anything.
You love being right.
I never was right.
And Robin,
he's got a goiter?
But no, it's he has a beard.
Yeah. I know what
and
you're
then it's perfectly
about.
Shaved under his chin.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's a big bulbous piece of flesh.
Okay, is that a goiter or is it like a turkey
No,
thing?
it's not goiter.
Is it a goiter, Robin?
No, of course it's
Robin
not.
Or is it Yoda?
It's
Can you ask him what it is, Robin?
What?
Can you ask him what it is, please?
I will certainly ask him
you
what
say,
it is.
Hey,
next
George,
time I see him.
you know, we had a discussion on the show.
Very funny.
What's going on over there?
Yeah, right, yeah.
And the beard is really that trimmed?
It is very trimmed.
Why don't you bring your buddy Billy another bottle of wine?
Oh, so cruel. Oh, you have to
and to send a card for
a bottle of red and a bottle of whitey once.
No, just red. But honestly...
Honestly, nothing.
I think anyway Billy drinks. He saw that goiter.
Hey, Robin.
Oh, shut up, Ralph.
You were also right about how, like, when he went back and he tinkered with the earlier films, that he ruined them, too, by sticking stuff in those first films, too. And
all right, she likes the guy. Leave him alone.
That is your observation. Stop giving it to me.
Hey, by the way, as long as I got Ralph on the phone, I almost called you during Dancing with the Stars because...
Because he's a fag! No.
I was watching... At least I don't have an overly trimmed beard.
What?
Yeah, why would you spend that much time trimming that beard if you had that...
Or you know...
It's weird because he's not like a big fat guy, but he's got this like weird thing in his neck, and then he just makes that fake jawline with that beard.
It's like Louis the Goiter.
Robin's got to go see the guy racing.
The one thing I will say is that Ralph has contributed so much to society. I mean, we're so much better off because we have a Ralph.
That's true, too.
Clearly.
Ralph has lots of time to work on his look.
He's given us years of entertainment.
And observe George Lucas's freaky beard.
I was watching Battlestar Galactica during Dancing with the Stars. That's why I almost called Ralph, because I know he's a fan, and he doesn't get that Sci-Fi channel where he is. So.
Oh, no, because he can't afford cable.
Right. He's not, and he doesn't know how to steal it.
Right.
So he's not up to date on Battlestar Galactica, and I'm watching all these things are happening.
Well,
you know, the show is so good. I opened up the newspaper today. They're actually thinking of stopping Battlestar Galactica at the end of this season.
No.
Yeah, and the reason, too, is, in a way, it would be good because they'd come up with a real ending.
Right.
But the bad part is the show's so good you want it to continue. So it's like...
that's my dilemma, because I look and I said they are headed towards something, and it could get very bloated if they don't end it.
Yeah, it could never end.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one of those geeky letter-writing campaigns if they try to end it.
What is it, Johnny?
It's definitely coming back next season.
No, next season, but that'll be the last season.
But then they're saying that's it because they want to go out on top.
It's a shame, though, because it's such a good show.
It's a great show.
But
it's a lot of money.
Look at Lost and what happens when you go beyond your vision.
That's true.
No. That was... But J.J. abandoned that show for some other crappy show.
Yeah, but he didn't know what... He left because he didn't know what to do with it either.
I think he went to direct another movie is what it is.
Yeah.
He starts these shows and then takes off.
I saw Artie on Jimmy Kimmel the other night, and on Jimmy Kimmel, Letterman, Carnegie Hall, and Symphony Hall in Boston, Artie wore the same pair of pants at every place.
Well, you're not the only one to make that. In fact,
absolutely.
I've got about 300 emails today. Everyone said the same thing. I saw Artie on Kimmel, loved him, but the guy wears the same pants to everything.
Yeah, the beige cargo pants. Artie, what's up, man?
I have one pair of pants that aren't sweatpants that fit me right now. So when I got a big gig, I got to fucking wear them. You're 100. I'm not going to try to deny it. You're 100% right, and they're literally going to disintegrate. So I either got to get a new.
You're a guy that's got some money in cash. Like, I can't always run out and get pants, but like maybe you can give $100 to Teddy and say, give me a couple pairs of pants.
Those are Artie's lucky pants.
Actually, yeah, they are
Artie
kind of
kills
lucky.
in those pants.
Those pants are so lucky they get to be on Artie.
But, yeah. No, you know what, dude? For me, it's almost like getting a bunch of pants at this weight is like admitting that I'll just never lose weight. It's like a psychological
You know when
thing.
you're fat, you don't want to have 20 different pair of pants. You just wear whatever feels comfortable.
That's what I was going to say. Artie, you're doing what I'm doing. You're holding on to those old pants like size 34, size 36, size 38.
Yeah, well...
You're hoping one day you're going to fit into them again, and you don't want to buy
What size
them.
waist are you now, Art?
Well, the way I wear pants, I'm in like a 42, but I don't...
It's impossible.
Yeah, but I don't wear them on my waist.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, too. I'm at a 42.
Exactly. Well, but you wear pants like I do. You wear them under your gut.
That's a good look.
Of course.
I like that look. That way your gun is kind of shown off in an attractive way.
You know what? You're 100% right. And those pants actually are about to disintegrate. I gotta make a move. Either lose weight or I'm going to have to go to some more clothes.
Well, you revealed something yesterday that shocked the hell out of me. That when you come, it hits your belly.
It has a shelf it has to get over.
And it collects underneath the fold.
It's like... It does. It looks like melting glaciers.
Wow. I mean, that's...
You want to hear something weird?
Well, any fat guy has that problem.
Yeah, well, I'm a fat guy. I can't come. I can hardly get it.
That's a real
gay
issue.
Fat guy.
That's a real issue. What do you mean you can't? Yeah, actually, Boots, I'm glad you called in.
Howard Stern exclusive.
This is you're a mess when I'm saying this. I'm a little worried about you.
You want to know something? If I couldn't come,
you know what? I listened to Bubba's show, and he has a doctor that comes on and talks about like premature ejaculation and maybe testosterone problems. I went and saw my doctor. I was like, test me for testosterone. So the doctor sent me for a blood test. I was extremely low on testosterone. So, like, starting this week, I'm going to start giving myself injections once a month.
You know, you're unbelievable. You're turning into a fat chick.
Really?
Here's the thing. Don't
What are you
inject.
talking about? I'm low on testosterone.
No, it's because you're fat. You're a mess. You're on drugs. Just
You don't know.
Why don't you lose weight first and get off drugs?
What do you say, you know more than my doctor?
Yeah, I do.
Because now you'll be able to get it up and you won't be able to get a woman.
Howard, I love you, you know, and I trust a lot of your opinions, but I
guarantee if you started
I have no fucking energy.
If you started a fitness routine, fat makes your hormones all whacked out.
Yeah, he has no energy.
Maybe because of the fat, I'm low on testosterone.
That's right. So why don't you try getting in shape before you start injecting yourself with hormones?
Because you know why? Because I'm going to feel, like a quicker fix to the problem.
No, that's bullshit.
You know what?
It's not going to fix anything.
Joey, when you went to the doctor, did you tell him everything that was going on in your life?
Yeah, totally. I'm
everything.
totally honest with
Because there's the reasons why you're not...
It's a female shrink. I tell her every fucking thing. As embarrassing as a lot of this shit is, I tell her.
What's he up to now?
I heard that he's still, he's
off the wagon.
A lot of people email me and tell me that they're worried about him.
Why am I worried about you, Joey? What are you doing?
I was doing the coke for a while, but I'm off that now.
Where are you getting money for coke? The guy has no money. How's he get money for coke?
I don't know. How long you been clean?
How'd you get money for coke?
Well, Gary, wait. Who am I going with?
Howard.
Gary.
Always go with Howard.
Howard.
Yeah.
What?
How'd you get money for coke?
I'd rather not even get into that. I mean,
See?
It's not,
Were you hooking?
Were you giving your body away?
Nothing freaky like that, no. No, nothing freaky like that.
Were you stealing?
I did what I had to do.
Oh.
To get, what I wanted to do and stuff, you know what I mean?
Were you stealing? Were you in life of crime?
No, it was nothing like that.
Well, what do you have to do then?
I don't want to get into it.
What did you do?
Tell us. It's got to be something.
What do you think? My name's Cabby? I'm going to, incriminate myself?
Hey, I got a chance to get caught up on some of the Howard TV episodes, and I can't stop focusing in on Gary. I was just wondering what you think his most annoying habits. The three that stick out the most to me are the constant tugging on his shirt to cover his fat belly.
Right.
Tucking one earphone behind his head.
Right.
Just one last thing, Howard.
Yeah.
About Chris Rock and his movie that bombed this weekend.
Yeah.
How close do you think he is before he has to put on the fat suit?
Well, hey, I mean, look, I feel bad for Chris. Chris is a great friend to this show and a great comedian. I mean, he is a brilliant stand-up. But all these stand-up guys want to have movies. They want a movie career. It's hard to go out on the road and do stand-up. And, I know...
And it's hard to keep coming up with a great stand-up act. I mean, he has great stand-up acts.
If I was going to give him some advice, I said, Chris, don't be the director. That's the first thing. The movie could have been improved, I'm sure, if he wasn't the director, just in terms of editing.
On that movie but clean the studio.
Yeah, and he falls, and listen, he's not the first one to do this. When you're the director of your own film, you fall in love with your own material.
But why would you direct a film when you haven't had a success yet?
Yeah,
that comes later.
He knows anything about making film.
Right. Like I love Chris Rock. He might be the funniest guy ever, and I can't think of one of his movies that I've enjoyed, and I can't understand why he's not funny in movies.
Right. Well,
it's a different skill.
Does he write his own stuff? Do you think it would be better off if he had somebody bring him?
He wrote the movie. He directed the movie. He produced the movie.
But he's tried it every way. He's been in other people's movies. It hasn't worked.
I just think that the blueprint is written. If you're a comedian like that, you put on a fat suit like Eddie Murphy.
No, if Chris came to me in a serious way and sat down with me and said, Howard, what should I do in the movies? I would have sat with him and told him what to do. Now, you can say I'm pompous and I'm full of shit, but take a look at the network television lineup. If there aren't 10 shows on right now that I've been doing since 1980, that people just lift the ideas, that I really am owed compensation for. As much money as I'm paid, I'm not paid nearly enough. The fifth grader routine we've been doing for the last 15 years. I was doing.
We just said the other day, there's now has sex with a porn star. The Virgin Territory. They just pulled that one off.
Street Smarts was our homeless game. The endless influences that this show has had and the bits that I've created, including going back to 1980 in Detroit when I did American Idol on the air for many years and won several awards doing it. So I pretty much know what I'm talking about when it comes to this dumb shit.
Well,
and I would have sat down with Chris Rock. I would have said, you're not directing. You're not producing. Bring me the script and let me read it. And if you want to write a script, here's an original idea for you, because I would use you at your best. I know what he does best.
Do you have an idea for him? Like, you don't have an actual script?
I don't have a script, but right. I would tell him what to do.
Has he gone, I'm trying to remember, has he gone the buddy move, buddy
well,
route
he did The Longest Yard with Sandler, again, because Adam Sandler was in it and it made $60 million the first weekend.
But I said it to him when he was here. I said, Chris, why are you directing? And, I said, that's a whole other skill set that,
Completely. There's no reason why. If you could get on stage and tell jokes for an hour, how does that make you Fellini? You know
but
what
he also, he decided he'd write this one, too. He wrote the movie he did with Bernie Mac.
Let me tell you something. Now, you're going to laugh at me, right? If there was a movie where Chris Rock played Sphinctionary, you saw him with a pen in his ass trying to draw pictures, you'd laugh your fucking ass off in that scene. Now, I'm not saying that's the movie, but I am saying do what you do best, which is to be outrageous.
See, the problem...
I'll tell you why Private Parts was a great film. Not a good film, a great film. There were 5 set pieces in there, performances that made you laugh. I'm talking about when I'm playing the match game at NBC, or I'm on the air talking about my wife's miscarriage. Or these are things that get people going. When I'm backstage at the MTV Awards and everyone's looking at my ass, that's what makes people laugh. You got to know what makes people laugh. Now.
Well, he does know what makes people laugh.
Yes. But being in a movie, being Chris Rock, being the handsome leading man, and he ain't let anyone...
banging on that table.
I'll do what I want.
I'm trying to listen to you.
You know who does this? Rush Limbaugh.
I know.
He's like this. He goes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
See, Chris Rock has a problem that a lot of comics have. He wants to lead a certain lifestyle. And to have that lifestyle, he forces himself to do things that he's not good at. Like his Chris Rock show on HBO was a great, great show. But he's even said in interviews, I did not get into show business to have a routine. I hate that schedule. I hate that day-to-day thing.
All right.
So how do you get a career in show business where it's not day-to-day? You have to do movies.
That's right.
You have to do stand-up. So
and let me tell you something. Doing a movie and writing a movie is a day-to-day job. You got to get in there and you got to write and you got to work.
Letterman would suck in a movie, too, and he realizes that. But
right.
to do what he does great, he's got to have a routine every day. Rock has said that. He doesn't want to go to work every day.
I don't want a routine. You think I like getting up early in the morning, but this is what I'm good at, so I show up.
Right.
Wolfie, I got to move on.
I was just going to say, wasn't Chris Rock the guy that went with Spade to goof on you when Private Parts first came out because they thought it was going to be a bomb?
That's right, and Chris Rock said to me, when I sat down in the theater and the movie was good, it killed me.
Look at those guys now.
And let me tell you something. Chris Rock is a tremendous, tremendous talent. Nothing can be taken away from the guy. He's done, I happen to think he's the best stand-up comedian right now ever.
I mean, yeah, if there was
right
ever
now,
like...
ever.
Right now, ever. In other words, take everyone who's lived and everyone who's died. And I think he's the best of all time. Now, you can argue it, but you'd have a hard time listening to that album where, you know the album I'm talking about. I don't know the name
Bring
of it.
the Pain.
Bring the Pain. You listen to Bring the Pain, and I don't think there's an album out there that's funnier. That, whatever it is, hour and a half or hour, there's no better. It comes down to laughs. That's why this guy Barat had a hit movie. He knows what he does well, and he does it. He'll do it on TV. He'll do it in a movie. And I'll tell you who's a fucking asshole. All right? This kid from Napoleon.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Napoleon Dynamite's an asshole.
Why?
Because this kid now wants to be in movies where he's not Napoleon Dynamite. He should be Napoleon Dynamite. He's in, whether he's in a movie with Will Ferrell, he's trying to be an actor now. He should just play it as Napoleon Dynamite. That's what everyone wants. When I see these movies he's in now, and he's like almost Napoleon Dynamite, but not quite, I want to shake the motherfucker.
Benchwarmers was a big hit. I think he did do Napoleon
Not because of him.
Wait a minute. Benchwarmers, did you say was a big hit?
It was. It made a lot of money.
Artie, you're dreaming.
If this guy... Hold it. Let me make my point.
Find out
if this guy was in a Holocaust movie, he should play Napoleon Dynamite. You know, well, we're leading you to the gas chamber. Chickens have talent. Whatever it is, he should be Napoleon Dynamite, and there's no shame in it. The guy would be one of the biggest performers of all time.
Do the chickens have large talons?
So you think a sequel to Napoleon Dynamite would be a success?
No. Doesn't need a sequel. Any movie he's in now, he should be Napoleon Dynamite, that character.
I see. So maybe like Godfather with Napoleon Dynamite.
Well, no, obviously that doesn't work. But I'm saying he does these Will Ferrell movies, he does these various movies, and you say, oh, if he'd only be that character.
It's like Peter Sellers played Clouseau in 8 movies.
Well, exactly. There's no shame in it. Benchwarmers made $57 million. It wasn't thanks to this Napoleon Dynamite character. If I was him, I'd never come out of character. He'd be the biggest star in America. But no, he doesn't want that.
He's sick of it. He doesn't
He's sick
want to
of
do
it, asshole. If I got a hold of him, I would tell him. I'd shake him. Jim Carrey wanted to be serious. Who wants to see Jim Carrey serious? The guy's a brilliant comic actor. Going on the set, he's creating problems. Just sit there and open your asshole back and forth and talk through it. Do the Schwingter dance.
Well, everyone wants to be something that they're not.
Absolutely. Listen, I'd like to be a rock star. You've heard me sing. It's not going to happen for me. So you goof around, you have some fun with it, but you don't really take yourself seriously.
Yeah, Artie wants to be a sitcom star.
I do radio best. I know that.
I want to be Derek Jeter.
I wasn't going to sit and try and have a movie career. If I could see a movie that's good, I'll do it, but I'm not a movie star. But a puss like mine? Are you kidding me? I'm a specialty act.
What was this latest script that you were offered? Was it a comedy?
Comedy. Wasn't funny. Z. I do what's best for me and my fans. I'm not gonna.
Chris Rock has done everything. He tried to remake Heaven Can Wait with him in the Warren Beatty part.
No, he can't do that.
He's tried it all.
You should talk to me.
He buddied up with Adam.
If he
buddied up with Bernie Mac.
If he put a... Let me tell you the movie.
The Sandler thing worked.
I said this to Chris privately. If Chris Rock had done a movie, I think I said it on the air, about Chris Rock struggling being married, but this time he was Chris Rock, and it was based on his real life with this...
Yeah, well, that's
whatever his wife's name is. I think Sanjay is her name. Malarkey.
Malark.
I said, that's a movie I'd go see. It means putting it on the line, don't get me wrong. But to sit there and, remake... Why not remake Star Wars? Have a black Star Wars. That's crazy. Now, you put a pen in his ass and have him draw on a piece of paper. I'm laughing. I go, there's a guy I want to see in the movies.
Well, why won't he reach out to you to get a good idea?
People will not reach out to me. They still think that I'm a joke. Look at my influence in the business. I've proven it every 50 fucking different ways to Sunday. I am the smartest man in show business. No one wants to acknowledge it.
Well, just like he doesn't want a schedule, I don't think he wants a pen in his ass either.
Well, you want to make it in this world, you put a pen in your ass. You can't worry about looking stupid when you're a comedian.
That's the thing, though. He's made it. He doesn't have to...
And he could have that niche all to himself for years and years.
Right. The pen in the ass niche?
No, his stand-up niche.
And someone brought up with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like, what if there was ever a Comedy Hall of Fame? If there was, he'd be, like, in it right away.
He is one of the funniest guys on the planet. But movies are a different business than stand-up. Thank you.
Do you feel that his movie career diminishes what he does as a stand-up?
I said thank you. Of course, listen, if I went and made a bad movie every year, you would say, Howard's good to listen on radio, but maybe he's a bit of a douchebag.
Yeah, he's lost it.
He's lost it, yeah. You've got to be very careful. Movies are out there forever. Movies are the #1 industry in this country in terms of our exports. Around the world, we're billions and billions of dollars in exports of movies. What are you doing, Robin?
I'm trying to find something, but I didn't know that was going to have sound. Sorry about that.
Hi, Lisa. What do you got for us in the Howard 100 newsroom?
Howard Stern, there is a war going on.
Okay.
I'm wearing my camouflage today. It's between... Oh, yes. You heard about it?
Yeah, Iraq you're talking about, right?
No, in the newsroom.
What do you mean? What's going on?
In the newsroom.
This is bigger than Iraq.
Between the newsroom and backstage at the Stern Show. It's between Will and Jason, editors of Page 69, the gossip column here at Howard 100, and Howard 100's Steve Langford.
Why? What is the beef?
All right. So Steve had some things about Page 69 in his news headlines, and he went back to Will and Jason to check the facts.
What's the beef, sir?
And Steve said, well, I checked in with Sal, and the facts aren't 100% correct.
Right.
And Will and Jason got upset at Steve, saying, look, this is a gossip item. It's about Sal. You shouldn't go to Sal and check the item.
Right.
You're ruining the surprise of it and what page 69 is all about.
Right.
And Steve, being the news person that he is, said, look, my facts need to be accurate. So I'm not going to do the page 69 item.
Can I jump in? The guy's point is, if it's going to be an argument or if it's not correct, let that unfold on the air, not in the back office.
I'm confused. Me too. I really don't understand the problem. What was the gossip item?
It's that Sal pulled his pants down in the office, like he's showing off that basketball tattoo in his office.
Okay.
And a saleswoman was coming by to give a tour.
Right.
And, like, she saw it, and she was, like, trying to freak out, trying to stop the tour. And it would have been a funny conversation to have in here, like, if you were like, Sal, what happened? You're an idiot.
Because he is an idiot.
Yeah, but, so Steve went to Sal and says, oh, is this story true? Sal, of course, says no. There's parts of it that aren't true. So he doesn't talk about it on the air that day. And it's like, A, it should be brought up on the air because it's funny to hear you yell at Sal if that's what you want to do. He's not.
Do you care about this argument, Robin?
I don't know what they're talking about.
I understand what they're talking about, but does anybody care?
No, but I'm saying I've lost interest. I'm not listening.
Yeah, all right.
All I'm saying is that there's a lot of items that come up on this show from page 69 that are funny on the air, right?
Right.
And that he shouldn't be the one editing those out. He shouldn't be deciding what's true and what's not true.
Steve, what do you have to say about this?
Everything we do, we check.
Right.
To see if it's true.
Right.
That's what we do.
It's not a news story. It's a gossip item.
Whatever item it is, I go by and I say, listen, is this story true? And in that case, Sal said, well, listen, it's not exactly.
I could so not care about that one.
I don't know why they're carrying on that way.
Will just went off on Steve Langford. They're fighting in the hall.
Oh, jeez.
Over his story nobody cares about.
We check our facts. That's what
good. I like that he's responsible and checks his facts.
Gossip.
Yeah, but you still have to check gossip.
Hey, can I weigh in on this?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you didn't talk about it. I know it's a little bit boring, but Will's point is, if it's a controversy, let the controversy unfold on the air. That's what we do here.
But Steve doesn't want to report something that's false.
But it's a gossip. It's
still
news.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And he's like talking to a wall, too. It's just like really frustrating to try and have a conversation with him.
With Steve?
Yeah, because he just doesn't listen. He makes up his mind about something, and then he won't listen to anything somebody has to say about it. It's obnoxious. Whatever, you don't care, but...
No, I care.
He's a reporter.
It's gossip. It's stupid shit we hear in the hallways. It's funny to bring up on the air. He doesn't need to treat it like a fucking, ABC news piece every time.
Yeah, but how about if you just start making shit up?
We're not making shit up, and we know the boundaries. We've been here a long time. We know what's good and not good. It's just, he shouldn't be making those decisions. But whatever.
All right, thank you. There's a lot that I have to deal with when I get off the air. Honestly.
But Will has a point. They're doing a we hear kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Steve is supposed to be reporting facts. They are two different things.
Hey, Varick in San Bernardino, you're on the air.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
How you doing?
All right.
Oh, well, sorry.
You got to make it quick. I got Dave on the phone from VoteTheWorst.com, and I want to talk to him.
All right, sorry about that. Hey, everybody. I had a question. Where's Elliot Hoffman been?
I don't know where he's been. I'm almost kind of ready to have the break, to tell you the truth.
He hasn't called us.
With the comedy cavalcade of Artie, Sal, Richard Shuley, Gary, Bob Levy, and everyone else heading to Florida this weekend, Howard 100 News gearing up for this by inaugurating our Tampa News Hotline. If you see any of the Stern Bubba crowd acting up, we want to know about it. The Tampa Tip Line, this week only, 877-33-SIRIUS, choose Channel 100. Or email us your tales of tantrums and terror and tawdriness in Tampa at howard100news@sirius-radio.com.
Thank you. All right, John, what do you got?
Well, Robin was not pleased by the way her new friend George Lucas was treated by you, Howard. We'll go over today's discussion, which included George's unique beard and the wine Billy Joel prefers, and take calls on how everyone on the show handles their celebrity friendships. Plus, Aunt dropped over 40 pounds, had a breast reduction, and was really bugged by Howard getting married before gays can do it legally. We'll talk about Ant's appearance, his new close friend Scott DePace, and pose today's gay Sophie's choice. Would you rather blow a guy or get it in the ass? Howard,
what would you rather do?
I would absolutely get it in the ass.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's isolate that.
Yeah, isolate that tape.
Can I take that back?
No.
Howard played a music ripoff game, and apparently Led Zeppelin, Rod Stewart, and Bob Marley are guilty of lifting riffs from Spirit, the Beatles, and the Banana Splits. We'll talk about how the game went and take calls on other tunes that are blatant copies of earlier songs. And last but not least, this just in, what happened to the audio of Tim and Riley negotiating?
Right.
We'll see how everybody's holding up after Steve Langford's report and take calls to see if Howard overreacted to the tape that apparently will not be heard today.
Did I overreact? Am I overreacting? I mean, I don't know. You see, this show matters to me so much. A tape like that, to me, sounds funny. And there's an ebb and flow to this show. I plan it out in the sense that I go, okay, I got 5 cool things here to do. And within the 4 hours, and then usually the last hour, Robin wraps things up. So I'd like to, at some reasonable time, say, hey, look what I got, make a big deal about it. You understand? In other words, I know in the grand scheme of life, it's not important to people. I take this show seriously, and I've got 50 guys back there.
But it won't nearly be as pertinent if Riley's gone after tonight.
Yeah, tonight, and then I could have promoted his show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big deal that we have that tape. And Tim does his job, gets the tape, gives it to Jason, and then it's almost like, well, what else am I missing, too? Like, can I trust these guys? Like, we have mail come in every day, and they're supposed to go through it and look for CDs that listeners sent in and stuff. And I tremble at the thought of what is missed because I take this job so seriously. That's why I'm successful at it. And when people don't have the same intensity as me, it panics me. It absolutely panics me.
Meetings were like. This was exactly.
I'm glad. So my meetings are useless, is what you're saying, because nothing's changed.
Oh, it's important.
Tell me what I should say to you, Gary.
Everybody.
What should I?
Like Richard was just saying, like you sit and you think about whether the mail's been gone through, and it is being gone through every day. Yet you ignore the mail, stuff from the mail page. But it's fine. It's there for you when you want it.
It's not, no, I need it when I need it. We know it's there. But what isn't there is what bothers me. I wonder, what else am I missing? Like, when would I have learned about the Riley Martin phone call? 2 days from now? Maybe never. Maybe it would have gotten buried in that sea of work that Scott has back there. Who knows, Gary? Who knows?
I have an issue on that, too. I think you're letting I think that Jason absolutely should have brought it to me, no doubt. I think you're letting Scott off the hook a little bit.
Well, good. Why don't I just alienate everyone?
No, I don't think there's a sea of work. I think there's a lot of work that we've taken away from him.
The work is supposed to go...
And also, a lot of times, when part of
how do I get him out of my head? I can't turn off his mic.
Hold on a second.
I don't know how to do it.
Part of the safety net for the system is when somebody gets stuck to something, he'll call me and he'll say,
all right,
Gary, what's the priority?
Here's the safety net. Here's the safety net. Take the safety net and stick it around me and lock me up at a funny farm. Also, I do want to mention the William Shatner roast is out on DVD. It's Comedy Central's brand new DVD, and that roast is hysterical, and this is the full dirty version. Balls
they
out.
added stuff to it.
Yeah, not an edited sort of censored version, but an unedited, uncensored, extended version of the roast.
Wow,
I guess there's some editing, but if something's boring. But
I'm glad they're doing this, because we'll get residuals if it sells enough. That's a beautiful thing. This is worth it for the Andy Dick craziness. He got drunk and he was nuts, and I'm sure a lot of that's in there.
I want to see the Farrah Fawcett. Is that the one where Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah, Farrah, everything,
yeah.
Yeah, and I admit, I like to see it in its raw state.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
They're always better like that.